Welcome everybody to today's video, and I've been debating over these past couple of days ever since Monday Night Raw whenever we kind of got an update on Liv Morgan being back, and I've been wanting to make this video yesterday, but I posted a lot of stuff yesterday. I think I posted like 3 long form videos for you guys. So today we are going to be breaking down the Judgment Day drama, and I'm going to give my thoughts. So you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail. What is next for the Judgment Day? We're going to be breaking down all the drama. Let's get into it. We started off where this all came to be. Liv Morgan goes away for a couple of weeks to go film a movie. And Roxanne Perez, during those times that she was gone, gave Dominic Mysterio chicken nuggets. Already a stir up in the community. Everybody's mad at Roxanne for giving her chicken nuggets and giving him chicken nuggets instead of chicken tendies. It's a whole thing. So the social media did what social media does. Wheezy Blonde went and remembered that Liv gave Dominic chicken nuggets as well. I don't think this will play into the storyline at all, but it's something to bring up. And this week on Monday Night Raw, Liv Morgan is back at the clubhouse. And right as she's back at the clubhouse, Roxanne Perez is giving Dominic Mysterio another plate of chicken tenders, or chicken nuggets. And that's already stirring things up. So, why? What is Liv going to do about this? Is she going to be mad at everybody? Is she going to live the Judgment Day? What is she going to do? We're going to break down the whole story of the Judgment Day and how we got to the point we are now, and then we're going to dive into what's next. So, Liv comes there, and as soon as Roxanne tries to explain what's going on, Liv tells her to be quiet. And Roxanne is quiet as a mouse. And she tries to talk to Dominic and tells him that Raquel has been telling her everything that's been going on in the clubhouse. And that's whenever Dominic's kind of like in shock a little bit. And that was kind of crazy in its own. But then Liv tells Raquel, let's go. She's going to try to go find her a match for Money in the Bank. That was pretty surprising because I was expecting Liv Morgan to do something else during this time. But obviously she's not. So I don't even, to be honest, I don't even know what is next. And the whole time during this segment in the clubhouse, we're seeing Finn Balor have the biggest smile on his face. And JD McDonough and Carlito are pretty serious. But then after the segment ends, Carlito tells Dominic to stop eating Roxanne's chicken nuggets. So obviously Carlito's kind of playing that funny character right now. And JD's playing the serious character, but he can't because Finn is trying to get in at Dominic. So that's already crazy. And then Liv goes to Io Sky and Kairi Sane, and they make the match official, Kairi versus Liv, later in the night. We get to that match. We see a match that was not the greatest of the night. We saw a match that looked like they had no chemistry, looked like a very thrown together match. Kairi was running around everywhere. Definitely was not a good showing for an in-ring return after a couple of weeks. I'm not going to say ring rust because obviously Kairi and her has no chemistry, but definitely looked like they did not have a lot of matches together. During the match, Kairi gets the advantage over Liv. She's going for the insane elbow, and Roxanne Perez comes off the barricade, pushes Kairi off the ropes. This is where things start to get crazy because she pushes her off the ropes, which is meant to help Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan misses the Oblivion, and Kairi reverses it, rolls her up, and wins the match. After the match, Raquel Rodriguez is already mad at Roxanne Perez for trying to help Liv Morgan, but they think she's trying to hurt Liv Morgan. That already I was not understanding. If somebody's up on the top rope and my person that I'm trying to help is in the ring, and I push them off the top rope, that's supposed to help them, not hurt them. So I don't know where she was coming from that standpoint, but hey, I mean, it's all right. We also saw during that thing after the match, sorry if y'all hear that in the background, it's the monkey, but we saw Liv walk out on Raquel and Roxanne. So that's insane as well. After the match, Liv and Raquel were mad at Roxanne, blah, 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 blah. And this was not a Money in the Bank qualifiers. Liv says in the clubhouse that she's going to go find a Money in the Bank qualifying match. She goes finds Kairi Sane, and that is not a qualifying match, which I think is awesome. Because I want Kairi Sane in the qualifying match, but I do not want Liv Morgan to lose. So I think this was a good way to let her lose. Anywho, the main question is, where does Liv go from here? Does she as well as the rest of the Judgment Day. I mean, they're all screwed at this point. I think the Kabuki Warriors should reunite after Asuka's injury is over, and they should take the tag titles off of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Right, that way we get those two absolutely split up, and we find some way to make it Raquel's fault, so that Liv has a valid reason to walk away from the Judgment Day and be done with it all and for all. Because she's already kind of mad at Finn Balor, because like he's been instigating this whole thing for the past year. Dominic is technically cheating on Liv Morgan with Roxanne Perez, and then we have Roxanne trying to like take her spot. So while she's gone, she feels that Raquel didn't do her job as a veteran, and Roxanne is trying to move in as the new Liv Morgan, and Dominic Mysterio should be in a middleman. So the whole point about all this, I think that Liv Morgan eventually branches off from the Judgment Day. Where does she go from here? Yes, the fans love her, but will they accept her enough where she can branch off on her own and become the single superstar that she needs to be? Will that happen? I honestly do see it happening. I see her keeping the same theme. I see her keeping the same ring gear, but I think that she just doesn't interact with the Judgment Day anymore. And I would love to see her go to SmackDown. But obviously Raw needs her badly right now. The only main superstars on the roster right now is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, all these big names in the women's division. We have no Bianca Belair ever since WrestleMania. I think she broke her nose or something like that, or one of her fingers, I think it was. So we're not going to see her back for a couple of weeks. So they need to live on Raw. I think that's where we're going to go here. I think she's going to be back in the world title picture, back trying to compete for a world title and eventually winning one. I think Finn and Dominic will go on to have a match one-on-one against each other. But what's really interesting about this whole thing about the Judgment Day is we have about 3 rivalries going on all at one time. And it's almost like all these characters aren't interacting enough. Half the time we see Dominic, Carlito, and JD in the background playing 2K. And then we have Liv, Raquel talking to each other with Finn Balor sometimes. And it's all switched around. But we do not have JD McDonough back where he needs to be. Honestly, I think at this point, him and Finn could just be better off as a tag team. And that's where I hope they go. Obviously, we could play into the storyline of how JD looked up to Finn Balor and how he paved the way for the Irish generation of this generation and all this. And they could play into that and really make them a tag team, make them win the titles, and actually make them defend them this time because, in my opinion, they were not bad tag champions in ring. Now, yes, their reign absolutely sucked, but during the time that they were champions, if they would have let them defend the titles, it would have been a lot better. So, honestly, this is how we're going to wrap up this video. I think Liv Morgan is going to go on to be a singles competitor and go on her own, branch out and win a world title. I think Raquel Rodriguez nowhere knows where she's going to go. I would like for her to go back down to NXT and really have those great matches, but I just don't know where they would fit in. So I think eventually we do got to see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez get back on the same page for one last match against the Kabuki Warriors, and eventually probably a whole rivalry storyline. But I think they will not pull the trigger on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez breaking up just because it's so dangerous to leave out a good athlete like Raquel Rodriguez. So see her and Raquel staying together just because they don't want to take that risk. But Roxanne is well better off on her own without this Judgment Day stuff. And yes, I love Roxanne Perez, but I don't think she is good in a romance role. It's just not what's going to work for her. I think Finn Balor and JD McDonough will eventually come together again and become a tag team, win the tag team titles, because they could really help the Raw tag division right now. And I think lastly, Dominic Mysterio, he's going to eventually branch off from Roxanne, Liv, Raquel, get all the girls out the way, get off the Judgment Day and go on his own. Finally grab this face persona after these years of being heel, and he's going to, but I would hate to see him go face, and I would love it at the same time because he's such a great heel, but let him branch out onto his own superstar. If the fans want to boo him or cheer him, whichever one, he can keep acting like a heel because he's awesome on the mic and everything. So I think he does that, and I think in the end, we just end up seeing him become one of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time. But I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. We're going to be having a lot, or if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, the stream, and if you're just watching normally on YouTube in a YouTube video, thank you. And hope you all enjoyed this video. That was my thoughts about the Judgment Day. It's a lot of drama, to be honest. We're going to be putting out, or I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos throughout the day today and throughout the week. So make sure to like and subscribe follow on the Twitch and follow on the YouTube if you want to see these videos a little bit earlier. But without further ado, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and I will see y'all in the next one.